Hey guys, today is May 13th, 2020, and today we'll be taking a look at yet another video for the 2020 presidential election. This time we're going to be looking at the best case scenario for Joe Biden in the 2020 election. Tomorrow I'll release a video of the best case scenario for Donald Trump for the 2020 election. But for now, we're just going to be taking a look at if there's going to be a landslide Biden victory, exactly what that might look like. And, the closest we're probably going to get to a landslide in recent years for a very long time is going to be Obama's 2008 performance. John McCain still did okay, but it was a blowout. I mean, for all intents and purposes. Obama received more than 350 electoral votes, I believe. He won the majority of the swing states, including states like North Carolina, Ohio, Iowa, all throughout the Rust Belt, even Indiana, which is not a swing state. It was pretty crazy. He won Nebraska second, so he just won most swing states. I feel like I'm missing. Oh yeah. And so, I mean, even in the best case scenario, Indiana is not flipping this time to the Democrats. It's not typically a swing state. Mike Pence is obviously from the state. It's going to remain with the Republicans. But if we're talking about a best case scenario, many of these states will flip. Some of them will still be out of reach. But in a best case scenario for the Democrats, obviously all Hillary states from 2016 are going to remain with Joe Biden. That's obvious. He's also going to win the Rust Belt. And obviously this will be more than enough to give him the presidency. He'd also win Arizona in a best case scenario. Florida, he'd win in a best case scenario. It's interesting. I still feel like even in a best case scenario, I still think that Ohio and Iowa will go to Donald Trump just because of how much of a margin that he won them back in 2016. I mean, it's insane, over 8%. Same with Texas. But North Carolina and Georgia could flip, as could Nebraska's second and Maine's second districts. And so this is really the best scenario for Joe Biden in the 2020 presidential election. 351 electoral votes, 187 for Donald Trump. And I know at the beginning of the video I said that I would be looking at Donald Trump's best scenario for 2020 tomorrow, but actually there's not much more else to say about this, so I'll just do that now for this video as well. You're going to want to remove a lot of these toss-up states. Because a number of these in Donald Trump best case scenario, they will flip. Nevada is interesting. Many polls actually showed Trump winning the state in 2016. He didn't. Hillary Clinton won it. But in a best case scenario for Donald Trump, it'll likely flip. New Hampshire and Minnesota as well, these states went to Hillary by only a few percentage points. And so in the best case scenario for Donald Trump, they flip. And if they flip, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania all remain in Donald Trump's column, as do Ohio and Iowa, Texas, Georgia, and North Carolina. So he already wins the presidency just with these, obviously, as this is better than he did last time if you also give him Florida, as you almost certainly would, and Arizona. I honestly I could definitely see Donald Trump winning in a best case scenario if all goes according to his plan, flipping Maine at large as well. Hillary won it by very narrow margins, I believe 2 or 3 percentage points. So I definitely could see that in a best case scenario. But the rest of the states, probably not. Even though they are technically swing states. Colorado, maybe. But I do believe that Virginia, and especially New Mexico, would remain with the Democrats regardless. But, yeah, I would probably give, in a best case scenario for Donald Trump, 328 electoral votes to Joe Biden's 210. And, this was a pretty short video. We're coming up on the 6-minute mark. But, that's alright. The only reason I decided to do this video was because the last video I uploaded about third parties was supposed to be uploaded on the 12th, and I ended up uploading it on the 13th. So I'm going to upload a second video for the 13th for you guys to watch. And there'll be one a day, generally. Occasionally there might be two. Occasionally there might not. We might skip a day, but for the most part, it's going to be one video a day. So yeah, thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.